Hi all, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting work using Uipath. In today's session, we are going to discuss about workflow design. So, what mean by workflow design? So, UiPath has been offered five different ways to design like a workflow. Okay, so that is like sequence, like flowchart, workflow, and then state machine and exceptional global handler. So, these are the five different types how we can design our workflows. So let me quickly jump back to the UiPath Studio and show you in the real time so that you will get an idea on this. Go to the UiPath. So already I have created a process which is named as a workflow types. So here you can see the several types, right? Sequence, flowchart, state machine, and global handler. So so let me like quickly click on those and we can explore like what actually it was. So sequence, let me create it, and then flowchart, and the next one is state machine, and then global handler on workflow. Yep. So perfect. So we have done. We have opened each and every one. So sequence. So as we all know that in sequence only we are working, right? So in sequence we used to do your like last or total playlist which we are doing in a sequence, right? So we are just drag and drop and you're just making a sequential order and then we are processing each and everything. Okay, right? So which we are doing in our current total session. So in our last couple of like 32 videos we are doing in a sequential basis. So what is meant by flowchart and state machine? So the flowchart and state machine, which are similar, but the state machine which will be used only in a RE framework. So these are like state machine activity which is used in to add a state, total state. So like this will be used in a RE framework. Okay, so in a global exceptional handler, so what actually it will do? So it will use to caught the error. Okay, so if you are thinking like some errors are like a global error, so which is like a predefined error will be happening in the workflow at anywhere. Okay, at anywhere. So during those scenarios we used to design a workflow inside this global handler. So what actually it will do, so whenever it got the exception it will throw the particular error to the users. So it will handle the exception to the entire flow in a global way. So that's why it is called as global handler and workflow. So workflow, this is a pretty much new activity which is introduced in UiPath. So workflow, what actually it will do? So in sequence, so we are dragging on drop and sequential activities and doing those things, right? So flow chart, so which is used to draw a flow chart diagram. So this in this we are going to deep dive on today's session. So let me take it next. So state machine, so as I said before, like workflows, so which is used in RE framework. So global handler, so this workflow will have the entire like combination of a sequence and flow chart and logics. So this workflow will have a like a mixture of all those workflows. So which is a sequence activity, which is a flow chart activity. So it has an entire mixture. So but it will be pretty much straightforward when you are just check with the sequence. Okay, so why this they are named as a like workflow? So in workflow we can use the flowchart activities. So these has things like sequence. So differentiate. So to include the sequence and flowchart, they have made a new workflow which is called as workflow. So you can see here, right? So this will be used to make a sequence linear process and flowchart, which is flow process. So each and everything can be built in the workflow. So these are the like overall overview of this particular workflows. So which is sequence, new flowchart, these things. So let me deep dive on flowchart in today's session. So let me close everything apart from flowchart. Perfect. So let me take like very simple example which is odd or even. So actually like how we'll be designing in a sequential way. So you drag and assign activity. So you will declare a variable x equal to 5 and then so you will be deciding using the if condition odd or even, right? The same way, the exact same way which you are going to do now in the flow chart. So what you will be doing first in sequence? Yeah, assign activity, right? So drag assign activity. Okay. So how it will looks, it's a flow. Okay. So how it's meant to flow, I will just show you now. So the declaring variable, so every each and every parts will be same, but so it's a flow manner. Okay. So let me declare int x, okay, and then we can declare the variable over here, which is 2. So we are getting an error. Why we are getting? So we just need to change the variable type into integer. Okay, so perfect. So why still we are getting error? The flow does not have the start node, right? So from the start node to here you have to connect. Okay, so we have connected. So the error has been gone now. You can see here. So what I have done? So we have just made assign activity and just we are connected. So we can just directly go here and apply some our condition. So what we are going to do now? So we are going to in sequence we are going to use a if condition, right? So likewise we can use flow, flow decision. Okay. So flow decision will give two values, which is true and false. So here we can we just connect first, and then we can make our condition. So what is the condition? So x, right? So why you are not getting this int x? Int x, then mode of 2 equal to 0. Perfect. So this is the condition, right? So integer, so this particular integer mode of 2, which means we are just trying to get whether this particular number is divisible by like 2 or not. So whether it's getting any remainder or not. Based upon that, we are just going to analyze whether it is an odd or even. So just click on OK. So we are just connected. So what I got to? So we just drag a right line in both sides. Okay. So just connect here. Okay. Okay, both the sides. So if it is divisible, then even, else odd. So same ways you can rename this activity names. So you can rename the display names, and you can add annotation. So this means to be like pretty much same. But so what actually you are designing in a flow way. Okay, not in a sequential linear way. Okay. So we have declared values and we have decided. So let me quickly run this and check whether we're getting a desired output or not. Let me save it. Let me run this. So maybe seen here like we are getting a desired output which is even, right? So we should get even. So since the number which are given here, let me change the input. Let me quickly check. So you maybe have a question now. So hey Vignesh, why you are like doing in this way? So this is not this is doing the same thing. So why but flow? So so flow has a easier way that you can restructure. So no need to use like keep on using for each. So it will give like easy way. So how I was saying easy way. So drag a input dialog box. So let me make it very clear. Drag a input. Okay. Highlight. Sync. Sync on this one. Okay. What input dialog will do? Input dialog will get the input from the user, from us, right? So let me reuse that particular variable. So let me name this enter the number. Let me name this one as well same as of now. So let me save. So what actually it will do? So it will get a pop-up and it will be asking a output, right? So I was going to do one more thing. So if it is a odd number, okay, if it is odd number, then I was going to ask the input once again, right? So if it is odd number, so it's going to ask the input again and again. If it is a even number, it's going to end. So see how this is easy. So if you're doing in a sequence, what you have to do? So you have to like make a if conditions, and then like you have to inside this you have to use a while or for each, like you have to use, right? So you have to use a while loop. So this will be like make your flow which is in linear bit complex, right? So but in flow chart it will be so easier. So that's why like flow chart will be like pretty much like useful for the complex process. So when you are going to apply for the complex process using flowchart, we can handle it in a easier way. So no need to traverse a loop once again. So let me quickly save this and run this one. So if it is an odd number, so it will be keep on asking input. So until unless you given a even numbers. So this is so much easy, right? So when you are linear, so you have to give the conditions. So let me give 3. So it has printed the number, and once again it is asking input. So let me give 5. See, so let me give 2 now. See, the flow has been ended. So I guess you got something like how the workflow will works and what are the main use of a workflow. So workflow is can ease your task, actually ease your task in a like better way, so that you don't need to do all the loops and conditions again and again. So when comparing to the linear, so I hope you have got a clear idea about how the work flow chart will works and like how it can be handled. So yeah, thanks for watching. Happy learning. Do subscribe, like, share. Thank you all.